Hold on. Hold on, guys. I gotta play. It's been a minute. It's been a minute.
Hey, it's Paul. I was listening to the album. Good fucking luck. You're on your own.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, so I have been off the live stream for about a month or so. So sorry to the, I think I usually get like 100 to 200 views total on like these live streams. So sorry to everyone that really enjoys the live streams. I know some people look forward to it, but Christmas came, the holidays came, they're gone now. We're now starting 2025. I did want to make a video last week on a live stream, but I ended up, I had a long day. I took a nap and I'll be honest, I slept through it. So shame on me, but that's all right. One of my New Year's resolutions was to take more naps, so can't win them all. Today on this video, all right, we're jumping into Landon homes. So this one's gonna be for anyone that's got a I don't always talk about the $2 million homes all the time. I have had some previous clients coming in asking me about not just like the Fields of Frisco, but some other like bigger lots, 70 plus, that are coming around Frisco or Prosper, and they're out there. A lot of them are cheaper than $2 million. So this is going to be like some of the most expensive real estate. I know I've said before on some of my videos, I was making one last week over Astor Park, and some of the Toll Brother homes in there are like 1.2 on 70-foot lots, and I sometimes can't justify that. It's kind of the same way with some of the Fields of Frisco pricing. I understand like that whole area is going to be a city within a city. I'm sure a lot of you have seen YouTube videos talking about all the craziness that's going to go on there. But for me personally, I'd rather buy a 70-foot lot across the street north of 380 over at Star Trail for like 1.5, 1.6. And still have another $1 million in the bank. But I understand why they're pricing it out like this. It's just very expensive. But we'll go through Landon homes, and I'll be talking about, Landon homes, Brookside. Let me pull up the map too. That way we can refresh everyone's memory where Fields of Frisco is. Here we go. Landon homes. No, that's not what I want. Come on. Let me just type in Brookside. I don't know why I didn't do that from the beginning. Okay, nothing pulls up there. All right, I'm gonna have to do this myself. Figured that would come up. All right, so the is it John R? I think it's John R. Yeah, John R. Landon. Want to make sure I was getting that middle initial right. It's gonna be across the street from the Preserve, which is this gated neighborhood right in here. Right, homes in there are like 5 million. And then you're gonna have across the street, you're gonna have the Fields, 50-foot 60s for Brookside. And this is Brookside North that they're building, but this is the section where John Landon is building into, and you can see by their community map. So they are gonna have 50s, 60s, and 70s in here. Yeah, I'm just talking about the 70s today. They might have, there's probably going to be other floor plans, but this is just going to be over the 70-foot lot, so this is going to be the biggest floor plans. Now, the backyards on these are not going to be the hottest. I haven't quite seen the lots, so maybe I'm not right here, but none of these backyard spaces, unless, for example, the one we're zooming in here, unless you do something where it's like a curved, which gives you that smaller front yard, but it gives you, kind of opens it up in the backside, right? Gives you a bigger backyard. So sometimes people like the curved, and I think like over at North Sky, one of the builders in there was selling a lot that was shaped like this, that was on like almost a third of an acre, so really oversized compared to a lot of the other homes. A lot of the other ones, whether they were east or west or whatever the case was, more of the kind of symmetrical, just nice rectangle shape, a smaller lot, those are priced at like $5,000, $10,000, $15,000. They had this one priced at like 75,000. Now for me on a 50-foot lot, if it's a little bit oversized, if it's a little bit less than a third of an acre, I mean, for me, I don't want to spend anything over $60,000 for a lot premium. That's just me. Now we start getting into like 1 acre lots. Okay, you're gonna get up to 100,000. Sometimes, and those homes are usually in the 1.5 to $2 million. But you're getting a whole acre, right? Unlike these, where you're really just getting a 50-foot lot on the backside. Now, they do have some of these John Landon homes on 70s, 50s. So, I mean, I would expect kind of the lot premiums in there to range anything from, I don't know, sometimes I see 0. It's not always. It's usually a south-facing lot, and there's not a lot of south-facing homes in this neighborhood. It looks like most of these are going to be east or west. Maybe some of these on the backside are going to be south-facing lots. But most of the time, I see prices like for 50s, 60s, 70s going to be in that like, they could be 0 if they're south-facing, but probably not. But like $5K up to $75,000. So I guess it really just depends. But even where they have like these, and they might already be putting the houses on there, but you can kind of already tell like this, they already have kind of the outline of where the house pad is going to go. And then this one's giving you a little bit more yard because it's on the corner. But like, look at this. Let's see. Let's get a good one. Like there's not going to be a ton of backyard space with it, right? It's kind of the same thing with some of these lots in here. Now some of the ones at Brookside are on 40s, but like you can see this one, like, I mean, you're getting no backyard. So if you don't care about a backyard, then, you know, this might be a good option. But if you are trying to look for a bigger backyard space, they're going to be pretty tight lots, and you are probably most likely, depending on how the floor plan is, probably most likely still going to see your neighbor on the back patio or something like that with how close things are. At least I find that with like some of the other Brookside homes that are more on the 40-foot lots. Even some of the duplexes up next to some of the Huntington homes feel like really close. For the Landon homes, they have, let's see, on their 70-foot lot, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to choose from. And they actually have prices. I've been like following up with this regularly. Did I say that right? Regularly? Hello. And they haven't had prices on here for a long time, I feel like. Or maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like I've been checking this over the past like 2 months, not like every single day, but periodically, and they haven't had prices because I was like, what are they starting at? What are they starting? They finally started putting prices up there. So yeah, that's heavy. So what? 2 million. So we put in our lot premium. We do our design upgrades. You're probably gonna be sitting in, maybe conservatively, 2.15 on a quick move-in, maybe 2.2, but it's on a 70-foot lot. So really, my best guess is you're going to be spending 2.3 to 2.5 and north of that on a 70. Now 50-foot lots, I think you're going to be under 2 million. You're maybe going to be in the 1.5s to 1.8s in that range. But for these 70-foot lots, yeah, you can expect. And what is this? What's the most expensive one? 2.1. Yeah, so I would budget another like $300,000 to $400,000 on top of this. You probably could do less. You probably could do more. Just depends on the lot premium. Depends on the elevation. Depends on if you're painting your house. So there's a bunch of factors like that. With this neighborhood as well, I know that there was somewhere on this that talks about amenities. So yeah, here we go. Amenity center, a chain of lakes, which they're just ponds. I go into these neighborhoods, like all the like Parks at Wilson Creek and Cambridge Crossing on their website. They got something that says like it's 12 lakes, and I'm like, these aren't lakes. These are just these are little ponds. 2 PG golf course, a rough range. Oh, I like how they said that. A rough range. It's a dog park, but that's kind of like funny. 49 master planned parks, skate park. That's interesting. I've never seen a skate park as an amenity, but maybe that's on the outside. Pickleball court, tennis ball courts, miles of hike and bike trails. What else? Okay, let's just jump into this now. So we'll review each floor plan, figure out which one I like the most, which one I think is good. Now, Landon homes, I don't mind. I usually like Landon homes. I mean, they're not like my number one go-to, all right? But, you know, they're not they're not bad. I think they're fine. I mean, this price point is definitely not going to be in a lot of people's budgets, but that's all right. We're still going to talk about it today, just because maybe you guys are also interested to see what just $2 million floor plans look like over here at Frisco. Let's zoom this in. All right, so this home is a 5 bed, 5 bath, 1 half bath, 3 car garage. At least they're giving you 3 car. I mean, it's $2 million, but at least they've answered our prayers. 3 car garage. Thank God. 4,700 square feet. Big old house. Anything else on here? Okay, no. I want to see more of the elevations. Let's figure out which elevation I like first. That one I like. I don't mind this one. I don't like that one. I do like that one. Okay, I like these two. I like BN71B and BN71C. Those are both good. I don't like the villa look to things. Not my go-to. Some of the Star Trail homes also have this, like some of the Toll Brother homes, and they look yellow. Like the stucco painted on there just looks yellow, and I'm just not. That ain't it for me. All right, first floor. Let's break this down. So you're gonna have so right off the bat, let's just start with the garages. So I think it's nice that they put both the garages to have doors and access to the house. Where I was walking through a Toll Brother house. I think it's the Kinney plan, Kinney transitional plan. I think it's the Kinney. But they have the garages like this, and there was no entry from the single car garage, so you'd have to park the single car and walk outside and then into your house, which is a bit annoying. But the one car, or this garage 1 has a door, the garage 2 has a door here, so that's nice. Goes straight into a utility room. Utility room's going to be a good size. There's going to be a good size on all these rooms just because we're now at 4,700 square feet, and that's what I would hope for too, especially at a house that's $2 million. All right, study. Okay, what I don't like here is why not, for me, this is just personally me, why not make bedroom 2 where the study is? And maybe there's not enough space for a walk-in closet and a second bath, so I guess that's okay. But maybe you can put the utility closet. It would make more sense to me to put the bedroom where the study is and put the study where the bedroom is, just because, you being in a study, the window looking out is into the walkway of your house. Like, I don't want to look at more brick. Like, I want to look outside. I want to see what are the shenanigans going on my street right now. I want to know what's happening. But no, you got a garage that's going to be in the way of that. So that's a bit annoying to me. So I wish that was flipped, but I can understand they're not doing that because they want to have the bigger walk-in closet and there's just more space because they're doing this utility closet going this way. So that's not a huge deal, but that is something to think about if you do care. I mean, if I was living in the house, that's what I would do. Or building it up to kind of match what I wanted. Bedroom 2, it's at the front like we were talking about. It's going to have its own bath. Looks like a decent-sized walk-in closet. I don't mind that. Once again, I'd hope at $2 million, like, you can at least walk more than 4 steps into the house. That's what I would at least hope for. Family dining kitchen. Okay, I think this floor plan, I think with this floor plan, it's going to really be dependent on which way, or it's really going to matter which way your home's facing on this lot to get enough light coming into that family dining and kitchen. I can imagine that they are doing... Yeah, so I'm going to imagine that this family dining and kitchen goes really high 2-story ceilings. And there's probably more windows because you can see this. There's no rooms above the family and dining, and I'm guessing it's open to below. I would expect this to... It might not. I would expect it to, especially at these price points, getting the higher ceiling. So maybe adding more windows on that 2nd-story wall, but it is going to really matter which way your home's facing on this because with the covered patio here... with the dining and the family in the middle of the house and also having this game room over to the side that has this other wall here, it's going to limit, I feel like, just looking at this floor plan, a lot of natural light. Unless you have like a east or west facing house that gets that south sun coming in, I think that would be a decent option, but you would just have to angle it where this side of the kitchen is facing towards the south. But then it also depends on how tall your neighbor is. So if you have a corner lot, you're all good. But, also keep in mind, when you start building and picking the lots, right, just because you have light coming into the house at that very moment, doesn't mean that's always going to happen, because at some point they're going to put a 1-story or 2-story on your left or right side. So maybe that's still something else to think about when you're designing things out, maybe structure-wise, adding windows. Because even when you walk into that house, you might have really good natural light coming into that dining room for the time being, but 8 months later, all of a sudden, there's no more light coming into that dining room just because they decided to put a 2-story house right next to you. And these lots are really close next to each other, right? You're not going to have these problems on 1-acre lots, but it's more of these lots that have 5 feet of space between you, or 10. It's really more like 8 to 10 feet, but I just feel like it's like 2 to 5 feet because it's so close. I do like how the media room is close to the kitchen. The game room being here, I think this is kind of like a nice setup. I mean, for me, if I was doing a 2-story floor plan, I would pick a 2-story floor plan that has the media room right across from the kitchen. So, Fifi says, "Hey Daniel, who see your favorite builder in Windsong Ranch?" I'm guessing you meant to say who is your favorite builder in Windsong Ranch. My favorite builder, if that's what you're asking, my favorite builder is Tradition Homes, probably. I also don't mind. Now, the funny thing is, when you go look at the Tradition Home model that I think's on their 65 foot, or maybe that's their 55 foot. Either way, when you go look at their model, you walk into the backyard and you kind of get this skewed view over what the rest of the backyards in that kind of area are. I find that some of those Tradition Homes, actually the way they set up those yards, it's kind of funny. And maybe the best way to explain this is if you go to my channel, you go to the Prosper playlist, I have the Tradition Home kind of walkthrough on some of their inventory homes. I actually don't mind how they it also I guess there's a couple different things to think about here, but I'll explain it first. What they did is, instead of putting a fence on both sides, they kind of opened it up more on one of the side yards, and instead of the fence, it is the side of the house of the next your neighbor. So it actually gives you more backyard room, which if you walk into that model home, you look at the backyard and you're like, oh, these backyard spaces are going to suck. But then you actually go walk the inventory homes and you see what the lots look like, and they actually open up more because instead of them just putting fencing on both sides of your house, they're actually using one house as the fencing on that sidewall. Now you might ask, okay, are there windows on that side or what's the deal? No, they actually don't add any windows on that side. If there are windows, it's because it's a utility room or something, and they're usually frosted out, or you're not able to, it's a lot more private. But then there is something else to think about, that your neighbor could do something to the side of your house. It's super exposed. So it's kind of a weird thing. But it does open up the backyards there. But yeah, I like Tradition Homes. The builders I'm not the biggest fan of in that neighborhood are going to be Bloomfield. Trophy Signature was building in there. I'm not, and when I say I'm not the biggest fan, they're fine. You're going to be okay. There's going to be problems with every end of this production builder thing. I run into problems. It's really, if you're building new construction, it is not if something wrong is going to happen. It's when is it going to happen, and what's that going to look like? And you just want to work with the builder that can almost ensure that they're going to fix those things correctly if something does pop up. Because I have not, till this day, with my new construction, I have not had one build go all the way through perfectly. And what I mean by that is, I'll have a build where they bust a pipe and it floods something out on the first floor and they just put wood in. Or the tiles that you selected within the powder room are no longer available, and the design center is, either they're using a different design center, or whatever they have has such a huge lead time and lag time on it that they are telling you have to go with something else. So there's a whole range of things. What custom builder would you suggest? What custom builder would I suggest? For me, you got J. Anthony Homes, but those homes are super, super expensive. For me, I would try to go with someone who's still kind of like a production builder, but still is going to give you more of that I like Partners in Building. I think for me, Partners in building, I think, still keeps things reasonable, but you also get to start floating into that area of like super custom stuff. I mean, essentially, you can just walk into like those Windsong Ranch homes. They already finished everything, but you got Harper Estates where you could just like walk in. You could say, hey, I like that. They'll give you plenty of ideas, but they'll say, hey, I like this floor plan. Or you'll say, hey, I like this floor plan. Can we change this? Can we change that? Like these things, and you start getting really custom. Now, you're going to pay for that. They're going to charge you for an architect fee and all that kind of stuff, and probably engineering fees on top of that if you're moving this room and adding this. But they're allowing for that custom stuff. Now, you go into a Highland Home sales office, they're just going to give you the upgrades kind of structurally when it comes to rooms with what else is a part of that floor plan. You also have to keep in mind that more of the lots that like Partners in Building is building on are like 1/2 acre, 1 acre lots. So it's giving you the room to be able to change a bunch of things up. If you're going in like 50-foot lots, 60-foot lots, you're not going to find like the custom builders because they're limited to space, and they're going to only allow for certain things because of just the footprint of the home on that size lot. Let's get back to the this Verano plan. Sorry, I got sidetracked. But this is perfect. Ask me plenty of questions here. I'll answer questions as we talk about this. I know some people like me answering just random stuff, but I'll try to just stay on course with... might be a bit rusty. It's been like 4 or 5 weeks since the last live stream. I don't know. I was like, I definitely got to do one today. Master bedroom has... See, and this is the type of bump out I like where they're actually using the full wall. Not that that's an upgrade, but they do have it. 18 by 18, that's a little bit of a bigger space. The bathroom space looks like split vanities, tub in the middle, shower behind. Not too bad. Walk-in closet looks like a good size. All these things are going to be a good size just because we're on a, bigger square footage plan here. Bedrooms look like, bedroom 4 looks like it has a good walk-in. I would say this bedroom 3's got a pretty bad walk-in. Bedroom 5 has a little bit more decent of a walk-in. Most at this price point, like I'd really like to see most walk-in closets looking this big on this bedroom 2. I don't like when I see at this price point. I don't like when I start seeing closets like this. And now this could be a little bit bigger than what it's showing on kind of my just looking at from the floor plan, but even then, like most of these aren't that big. Maybe you get one little built-out shelf and then just a closet rod going across. It's not really that good. That floor plan to me, what I like the most is media rooms on the first floor, not too far away from the kitchen. I don't really like the family dining kit. I don't like this setup. I don't like that. Study being blocked off there. I don't like that. Yeah, maybe there's a little bit more things. I like this the master bedroom and the suite and the walk-in closet look fine. It looks good. All right, this is the what floor plan? This is the plan 6-7. What plan was this? This was the plan 7-1. All right, this is the Brookside. All right, that was that was plan 7-1. This is 67, plan 6-7. Okay. Oh, I like how this has a front little porch to it on the second story. I kind of like that, but I'd only do this if it's like facing out towards a field. I wouldn't do this if you're just across the street from your neighbor. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Oh, I like this one. I'd rather have that space for the bedroom or whatever this room is up there. I'd rather have that space as square footage. I think there's more value in that. Do people use the second story porch? Do they? Go ask the Bloomfield people that buy their houses, because a lot of Bloomfields have the porch on the front. But Fifi, thanks Daniel, you're the bestest. LOL. New to DFW, living in Frisco, but looking at buying in either Prosper or Rockwall. All right, I'll say this, Fifi. I'll just say this, because over the past years I've been doing this. I'll just let you know. I have never ran into a situation. I get plenty of people sending me texts about they've already bought a home and they've come across my videos and they tell me about their little stories and things like that. I'll tell you this right now, if you're looking at stuff. And maybe I've said this before on my live streams. I have never had a family buy and prosper and then come back to me and say, man, Daniel, do I regret buying and prosper? This was probably the worst decision I've ever made in my life. Okay? I've never had that happen to me. Could that happen to me? Yeah. I mean, maybe one day. Maybe. I don't know. It hasn't happened yet. Okay? Rockwall, okay, I have now had like 2 or 3 times, not particularly working with the family, but have had someone come in and text me and be like, hey, Daniel, been watching your videos, and they give me their background, and they start telling me about how they wish they would have bought in Prosper and Salina instead. So that's the trend. Do with that with what you will, and I'm sure there's another agent out there that's doing plenty of real estate in Rockwall and maybe says the opposite, where they have plenty of people that, you know, come in and they say, I love Rockwall so much, and then they hear about people regretting buying in Prosper. Maybe that's out there, okay? All right? I'm not the end-all be-all here. I'm just saying. That's just the trend I have seen. It's just, you know, you got to take note of those things. Okay, let's go back into this. So this one's 4,400 square feet. And oh, I'm going to have to answer this back later. Okay. So for this floor plan, once again, dining and families over here, but I already like this a little bit better because you see where this covered patio is? This is already going to bring more natural light into the kitchen, and I kind of like how close that is and easy access going from the kitchen with like food to go sit outside on the covered patio. I kind of like that. I'm always not the biggest fan of the family straight into the dining, straight into the kitchen, just because that kind of gives like apartment vibes, you know? And when I'm buying like a $2.1 million house, do I want apartment vibes? I mean, yeah, this is a ton of space, but hopefully you get what I'm saying here. I know I'm being facetious. Hopefully I use that word right. I feel like I used that word right. Okay. Let's go back into the garages. The garages here, I like how both of the garages on the last plan went... Okay, this is interesting. They're putting this stuff... All right, let me go one by one. My brain's like all over the place. I'm just looking at everything here. So... the garage going straight into the powder room and not like a utility room. I like how that other plan on the 71 plan had it going into the utility room for both of them. I do like that more. The study being in the middle of the house, I don't think it makes a lot of, I don't know. It just, for me, if I'm living in the house and I have my significant other, whatever, maybe she or he or whatever, right? Whatever you're into, goes to work, and then you're at work from home. I don't want to just get out of my bedroom, my master bedroom, and walk 3 feet to go work in my study. I might actually lose, I might go insane. I like it better when the master bedroom or the primary bedroom or what else, the owner's suite, I don't know, they're calling it everything different these days, is far away from the study. So at least I feel like I'm like getting out of the bedroom and doing something and going somewhere with my life instead of literally just taking 2 steps into the study. But that's just me. You might be down with that. You might be like, hey, Daniel, I'm lazy. I only want to take 2 steps into my study and be okay. And once again, I need a window. Like if I'm working in a study, like I need a window there. I'd also think that like, hey, if the study's right by the dining and across from the kitchen, like you usually want the study to be a little bit further from these areas just because of like noise and sound. So maybe you soundproof this a little bit more, like a media room or something, just because it's around these areas that are going to be very, I feel like a lot more noisier or people are going to be around. Okay, you're probably going to like this. Most people, 2 separate walk-in closets. But I mean like, oh man, see, with this and the size of this bathroom, and just hear me out here, all right, y'all? Just hear me out. Man, maybe I should, I don't know, maybe I'm not good at redesigning houses and the way I think, but maybe I am. Maybe some builder wants to hire me one day and do different floor plans. At $2.1 million, just hear me out, guys. I know some of y'all would like this. Why not make it to where you bring in the 2 walk-in closets a little bit closer? Maybe you just combine them into one, okay? And then what you do is you do 2 separate toilets. I think that's something that's slept on. All right. I think I mean, everyone's talking about the 2 walk-in closets, but I'm talking about the 2 different toilets, the 2 separate toilets. All right. Just hear me out. I think there might be more value in that. But yeah, you're gonna get the split walk-in closets. Either way, I'm just kind of chatting here, right? These are just some of the things I think about. But I mean, at $2 million, I mean, I kind of want more custom things within the house. Media room. I mean, once again, okay. If I was picking this plan, I would ask, can we do the media room as the study, and the study as the media room? Because 1, that's further away from the master bedroom. 2, I get windows. Okay, does it make a lot of sense to have windows in my media room? No, that doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. So I would make this the study. That would make the most sense. Guest bedroom, guest bath looks like a really good size. Pantry also looks like a good size on this one. Walk-in closet. What's upstairs? A loft. Okay, game rooms upstairs. I like it when the game rooms are upstairs a lot more. I like when the media rooms are downstairs. I like when there's game rooms and the rest of the bedrooms are upstairs. Open to below. Okay, so maybe that other plan. Okay, if this 71 plan isn't, yeah, see, it doesn't, you see how this one on 67 shows that this is open to below and this 71 doesn't? I really think they should have done that open to below. I don't know why they're not doing that. It's just going to limit more of the natural light going in there. Okay. Let's see, bedroom 5, decent walk-in closet. Bedroom 2, not that good of a walk-in closet. I like how big the bedrooms are though. 12 by 13, that's decent. I mean, we're talking about 4,400 square feet here, so I would expect them to be a little bit better. Walk-in closet on bedroom 4, also pretty good. I think this bedroom 4 is really nice. Some of these other bedrooms upstairs aren't as good. I also like the stairway here. I kind of like those stairways a little bit better at like the beginning of the house, and I don't really care for the curved staircase. I understand the appeal of the curved staircase. I kind of like it better when it's like one of these. It's more squared off. All right, let's jump to the next one. This is the Glenwood 73 plan. All right, what elevation do we like? That one's not bad. That one's kind of got like a French chateau vibe. I don't mind that. I think I like... I don't really like stucco that much. That one doesn't look bad. I think I like... I mean, I don't mind that one. I think that one's good. The BN73B. All right, let's jump into these 4 plans. Okay. Study again, behind the garage, whatever. I think that's just going to be the deal with most things, just because they're doing the garages split from each other. I don't think I mean, I'd be surprised. Maybe one of these is going to have 3-car garage going down one side, but I would expect it's going to be mostly set up like this, kind of like what Star Trail looks like. You get a sitting area. I'd rather that be the study at the front of the house. That would make a little bit more sense to me. Utility closet looks nice and big. Curved staircase, nice entryway. Oh yeah, I think a lot of people are gonna like. I like this floor plan. Yeah, I like this a lot better. 2 separate closets. Yeah. All right, so far this is my top floor plan. Because even then, all right, even though this study, okay, is behind a wall, you do get this little, look at this, look at this guy's just kind of popping out there. Look, you get a little window right here. I don't know if you probably can't see my cursor, but I'm pointing to it. And so you get a study with the window looking somewhat out towards the front yard. So I do like that. That's good enough for me. I think this is the top floor plan for me. I also like how this dining set up with the kitchen on the side, family room. You got 2 optional cabinets on both sides. Bedroom, 2 closets, decent. Pantry looks like it gets a little bit smaller. So that might be the bit of the thing that's lacking on this. Let's go to the upstairs. Upstairs, open down to below into the living or that family room. I think that looks good. Media room upstairs with a really good sized game room. And then you could do like an optional sink or something over there. Okay, I don't get this either. Okay, once again, we're talking about $2 million homes. Why are the media rooms on these $2 million homes not coming with a closet? I feel like a media room's got to have a storage closet with it. It just doesn't make sense to me. I mean, I guess you have this small area in the game room that's storage, but maybe you just block this off with a whole wall and create a door on both sides of the game room. And I mean, that's what I would do. If I had this plan right now and I was picking it up, I would tell the builder to add a wall here with a door. I'm pointing to it like you guys see, but just know that my cursor is going over it. I would do like a door into this storage room and a door into this game room and have that all blocked off. That way you can just throw things. Because, you know, if you have kids, young kids, this game room is going to be a mess. You're going to need somewhere to just throw the crap in when maybe you're entertaining guests. Unless you're super organized, okay? You know, like you could be super organized. But I'm just saying it would make more sense if this was actually closed off in an actual closet. That's what I would do. Bedroom 3 with a bath. Cool walk-in closet, looks decent. Bedroom 4 is not going to have its own bathroom. But that's okay. If you're doing 3 bedrooms upstairs, maybe one of the bedrooms doesn't have the bedroom connected with it because there isn't any powder bathroom up here. So, you know, if you do have kids and they're in all these rooms or family members or whatever, then if you're entertaining guests, they're going to have to go into a bedroom to use a bathroom. So it still kind of makes sense to have this bathroom up here since there's not a powder bathroom. Or what you probably could do is you could say, hey, for this storage area, could you guys just turn that into a powder bathroom? Maybe that's what you do instead. I think there's actually more value in that. But maybe you don't have to do that because you do have the storage or you do have the bathroom here. So maybe that's okay. I guess you got options, right? All right, next one. The 7 is, how long are we going? 36 minutes? Perfect. I'm actually surprised. We've had a total of 48 viewers right now. I'll take it because I've been, been a little lazy. So I'm sorry, guys. I was doing all the live streams, doing them, and then holidays hit, and then, things slowed down, and I was taking a break, and I was traveling. All right, let's go through these. But for the most part, I think every Wednesday from now on, if I can, I'm going to try my best, but from going forward till the end of this year, about 6 o'clock. So maybe it's 6:30, maybe it's 5:30, but I'm going to shoot for like around 6 o'clock doing live streams going forward. All right, here we go. On the 76 plan, you have a 5-bed, 5-bath, 1/2 bath, 3-car, a little over 4,800 square feet. This is $2,029,000. So this is one of the cheaper ones. Family room, kitchen, and breakfast. Ooh, I like this. Pantry is going to be a little bit smaller, but you also get this built-in bar area into the dining room. Study is going to be, it looks like completely blocked off, but you get another little storage closet with it. I don't mind that. Walk-in closets on bedroom 2, not going to be the biggest. See, and this is interesting to me. So they're connecting this garage all together. That way you can be inside, so you don't have to like park your car, go outside, get rained on, walk back inside. So they've connected that. So I think that's nice. The study with the storage opens up into the courtyard. Once again, I mean, the courtyard is cool, like whatever, but like as a study, like I don't really care to look at the side of my house all day. Like I want to look outside at the street and just get more natural light coming into the study. Bedroom 2, sitting. Interesting. Okay. Master bedroom, 19 by 17. That's a good size. There's a powder bathroom on the outside. Looks like they're also connecting this powder bathroom to the backyard. So if you do have a pool, that's kind of nice. You don't have to like go all the way inside. You can just go into the powder bathroom. Walk-in closets, split, really big. I like how vanities are both split on opposite sides of the room. I like that. Media room, 19 by 15. That's pretty big. That's a good size. This floor plan's all right. Bedrooms upstairs, they're all about the same as kind of the other ones. Walk-in closet in this bedroom 3 is what are we doing here? Yeah, that needs to be a little bit bigger. That's the moral of the story, guys. The closet spaces are just, they ain't it. Oh, here's some of the upgrades you can do. Optional ceiling treatment at family. Optional closed-in covered patio. Optional lifestyle room. Oh, instead of doing the... Oh, that's kind of cool. But I feel like at this price point, you got to have at least a 3-car garage, y'all. You got to be doing that. Like, you don't need... do you need an optional lifestyle room? Or a lid fit? Lidfest style room. I think that's an accounting error there. When you already have a bedroom 2 sitting. No, the garage is going to be more valuable there. That makes a whole lot more sense. All right, this is the 67M plan. So maybe this is about the same as that other 67 plan. What's the difference? Hold on, let's jump to this. Okay, the 67. Oh yeah, there's a lot of stuff different. Okay, I wonder why they're calling it the M plan. 67M. All right. 3-car garage, guest bedroom. The entryway is nice and big. Study's back in the middle of the house. Is this the same as that one? Yeah, it is. Why is it? Am I missing something here? Maybe I'm missing something. Is this literally the same? It's literally I think it's about the same floor plan. What is? I don't know why it's them. Okay, this one's 4,402 square feet, and this M plan is 4,599 square feet. So where are we making up the square footage? Oh, maybe the utility closet. Okay, so that's what they did here. They made this walk-in closet a whole lot bigger, and it looks like they made this shower way bigger too. And that utility room looks a little bit better. See, that's a better setup, I think. What is this price point at? This one's at 2 million. So these aren't too far off from each other. All right. The Montecito. Plan 78. Ooh, now we're getting north of 5,000. This will be interesting. All right. Oh, study at the front. Oh, it only took us getting to 5,000 square feet for us to finally have the study at the front, kind of like I like it, you know. And they separated these garages a little bit more. I think both of those are fine. You have one that actually goes closer into the utility room. I don't like this. I don't like when the tub... See, they have the tub going like this, but if you just made the tub going like this, then you could make the vanities go from this to this. That just makes more sense to me. I've only seen that where they put it that way a handful of times. Most of the times they're putting it like this, where it's kind of going along the vanities the same direction. I like when it's turned. That way you can actually make those vanities bigger. That's what makes more sense to me. Let's see, covered patio. Okay, I like this. Even though this kitchen goes straight into the dining, goes straight into the family, kind of like that apartment feel I was talking about earlier. I do like where they put the covered patio here, and I wouldn't even extend this covered patio. I think this covered patio is big enough because with this covered patio here, and this also dependent on which way your home's facing, of course, but this covered patio is going to limit the natural light coming into this dining room. So at least having the windows open like this for the family room brings in that more natural light. If you extend this covered patio out, it's really going to make the whole room feel a lot smaller. So I would just keep it how it is. I would not extend this covered patio out any further. I'd still want to keep natural light going through there. So this is more of the like when I see a kitchen to dining to family room setup, this is more of kind of the setup that I like seeing. Because you also get a breakfast nook, but this isn't always going to be the case because, you know, we're now over 5,000 square feet. So this is... You also get a prep kitchen. It only took to spending... What is this? Just know, guys, if you're willing to spend $2.3 to $2.4 million, you'll finally get that prep kitchen that everyone's talking about on TikTok. A really big pantry. That looks great. Okay, so you got open down to below, a lot of open down to below, game room, media rooms, upstairs. Bedroom 3 looks huge with a good sized walk-in closet. But see, this is annoying. Okay. They put the bath Oh no, this is the hallway. Okay, it's closed off here. No, that's fine. Okay, I was about to say, I was like, it would make more sense to me to put the bedroom closet on this other side of the bedroom. That way, like, if you're in your bedroom, you don't have to walk down the hallway, go into the bathroom, and then get into your walk-in closet. It would make more sense to have the door like on this side. Honestly, you could do it just the 2 doors all the way through, but then that's gonna take away some probably storage space for the closet rods. All these bedrooms look like a good size. I mean, we're at 5,000 square feet, so once again, I would hope so. Walk-in closet's also across from the utility closet, so that's kind of convenient and nice. I don't mind this floor plan. I think this is one of my top ones. All right, that's the 78, and then this is the 78M. So this one's about 100 less square feet. Oh, so this, instead of this being a breakfast nook, this is a hearth room, which you could still use that as a breakfast area, but then again, you kind of have 2 areas with tables right next to each other, which might be a little weird. So having the hearth room be more of kind of maybe a lounge coffee table vibe, I think's more reasonable there, and then you could still use this dining as your kitchen table and all that stuff set up there. I don't know, it's kind of weird if you have a breakfast nook there and then a dining that's right next to it. You're going to just have 2 tables right next to each other, and that just might look weird. Oh, and then upstairs you get a covered deck. Do I care about that? I don't. Was that on the other one? No, on this one you get an option. I would rather have the optional dry bar for the game room. What, my covered deck, I get to look at my neighbor's backyard and what they're doing? That doesn't really, okay. I guess some people will be interested in that, but I'm not. I'd rather use that as like what they have it set up on this one, where it's an optional dry bar with storage. I feel like that's more value. I mean, the thought of a covered deck and it being outside is cool, but like, are you really gonna use it? Maybe you will. I mean, it's the same way when I talk about like the sliding glass doors. It's like, you're gonna spend $20,000 on the sliding glass door, or more, or a little bit less, or whatever that number is. I've seen them from 15 to 25. You're gonna spend a lot of your budget on just that thing. So hopefully you use it. Hopefully you open the door and use it a lot. That's it. That's all of them. So I think my number one is going to be, not that one. Was it the 73? I like the 73 plan, or was it 71, 73, or maybe it was the 67. No, 67 I don't like. The 76 plan, I want to find which one. 76 plan I don't like that much. 73 plan. Yeah, final answer, 73 plan. So what's this priced at? 73 plan is priced at, can I go up? 2,029,000. Hey, that's one of the cheaper ones. So it's not the smallest square footage, it's not the biggest square footage, but I do think that this one, this Glenwood, yeah, the Glenwood, I think this one for me and kind of my taste with things, I think this is set up. What I would change on this is this storage, I'd actually turn it into more of a storage with a wall and then a doorway from the media room. What else would I change? I would change, where's the utility room? Utility room's also not too far away from the master, so I think that's great. The bench here, I turn that into maybe a bit of a mud room. And then this sitting room here, I mean, I'd use that as this. I just have 2 studies. And then I don't think I'd do an optional wet bar here. I think I would just make that into like cabinetry. Bookcase or whatever. That's what I would do there. I mean, they're probably doing that on this study too, but man, if you did that on both those, that's gonna have, I think, more value than just a sitting room with a, I mean, they have a fridge and a sink there, so you're almost getting away with a kitchenette. Like, this is almost giving kitchenette, where this whole side of the house could be used. I mean, this goes back into my whole thing where I think I like this floor plan more. You might be able to turn this more into a kitchenette area. So this whole side here from bath 2 down to the sitting area could really just be like a secondary suite for like grandparents or someone else that's living in the house. That's not That's not too bad, but I think for me, I'd just change into another study and put just a whole bunch of cabinetry here. But if you could put a gas cooktop there or an electric cooktop, I mean, you'd have yourself a little kitchenette. So, I mean, that's not too bad. Once again, I like this floor plan. That's just another idea, you know. And elevation-wise, I think I like the BN73B the most. I'm not the biggest fan of stucco. I'd rather do more of a white finish or a darker gray finish on the stucco. I wouldn't do like a yellow stucco. I also like what this one looks like. I don't like what this one looks like. Okay. Well, we're at 50 minutes. That's going to be it. Does anyone have any other questions or want to see any other type of reviews over other builders and floor plans? If you do, just leave them down in the comment section after I've uploaded this. Anyone have any other questions? I'll wait like 30 seconds. Hey Daniel, nice to see you live again. How do you rate Landon Homes quality? Yeah, Landon Homes quality. It's gonna kind of feel like a Toll Brother house. I mean, are they the builder I would go with for $2 million? No. I'd rather go spend 1.6 over at Harper Estates on an acre with partners in building and get a whole lot more custom with things. But that's just me. Now, you're going to be about 25 minutes from the Fields of Frisco, so do you really need to be smack dab in the middle of Fields of Frisco? I don't know. I guess that's up for you and your family to decide, right? But for $2 million, I personally wouldn't be buying a Landon home. I think more people are going to be buying it just because you're like in the thick of it. You're right in the middle of the Fields of Frisco. I think their quality's fine though. Once again, this goes back into my whole thing about like, hey, doing your due diligence, doing the right inspections, having a good rapport with the builder, not creating any weird animosity, those types of things. That's going to actually like ensure the quality of your build. Because you got to think about the person who's working on your house and building your house is a human. So if you start treating that human bad, you would hope that they wouldn't do anything bad on the build or something, but they could get lazy. They could oversee things. They might not give it as much detail as they really should be. So my Yank says, also Fifi, if you're looking to buy, send me I don't know if you're still watching. You might have already dipped out by now, but if you're still watching, I'd love to work with you or help you out if you're not working with an agent right now. My Yank says, hi Daniel, would you rather pick a flex room with entry to kitchen or a closed study next to kitchen? Would you rather pick a flex room with entry to kitchen or a closed study next to kitchen? Okay, well, it also depends on the floor plan, because if the floor plan doesn't have a study, you need to do a study. If you're then doing two studies, but really, what's the difference between a flex room and a study? Are you saying the flex room is like a dining room right now, and then it could be turned into... I think I need to see what floor plan you're talking about, and then that would help me out decide if you need a study or not, because it's also going to be dependent on other things. Sam says, you didn't tour Grove new homes at phase 10 because those are cheaper compared to Fields, even though 1.2 million plus. Yeah, once again, I think I'd rather have a house over at the Grove for 1.2 and keep my $800,000. I don't need to be in the thick of the Fields of Frisco and all that hype. How do Highland and Field okay. Oh, yeah, exactly. And that's my point. I don't know if you've seen some of my other videos, but like when I'm ranking builders, maybe you've heard it when I've said like if there's a neighborhood with like Highland and American Legend and Toll Brothers and these builders in there, I will put Toll Brothers at like 3 or 4. They won't be in, they're rarely ever in my top 2 or top 3. They're usually more towards the middle. And you know what? I don't know. That's just how I feel walking into Toll Brother houses sometimes. I think American Legend really has the best feel with houses. I think Highland's right there. American Legend does have some funky floor plans, but I think all the builders do. But yeah, I think American Legend. I mean, Perry homes really feel good with like the bathroom spaces and the primary bedrooms. That's when I think Perry homes kind of like shines a little bit more with their bathroom designs and things. But yeah, I'm not. You're not wrong, Sam. Like, yeah, the Landon homes. I do kind of feel that same way. Okay, I'll tour the Grove. If the Grove is what you want, the Grove is what you're gonna get. I'll tour the Grove. I'll go tour the new phase. I am coming out with a video over a trophy signature 60-foot lot here, probably tomorrow or the next day, maybe Friday. Monday, I'll be coming out with a Highland Home 70-foot lot at the Mosaic. And then after that, I've made a video over the difference between the parks at Wilson Creek and Cambridge Crossing. And kind of the similarities and differences between the two, because I also find that people buying in Salina, they look at the builders, they look at the developer, they look at the type of neighborhood and with the amenities, and sometimes they're comparing those two neighborhoods with each other because they're zoned for the same school district. So I'm going to have a video with that too. I will also add on to the list this week, touring the Grove. So that's a deal. Yes, and the live streams are back. Hopefully. They should be. That shouldn't be a problem. It's just the holidays and everything, and I was like, all right, 2025, here we go. So next Wednesday, maybe 6 p.m., I think. Like, let me just make sure. Yeah, 22nd, 6 p.m. That's when I'll do the next live stream. Give me some ideas in the comment section for other things you guys want me to talk about, floor plan wise and builder, and I'll pick one of them, or I'll just come up with something. So. My Yank says, would you also tour some new commercial developments, parks in North Texas? That would be nice. Okay, this is interesting that you bring up this point, my Yank. I was this close to ending it. You just when I thought I was done, you guys pull me right back in. All right, I have actually purchased the this kind of thing called CoStar. It's basically the MLS of commercial. And what I plan with that is I do have people that come in and work with me on commercial stuff. It's not a whole bunch, and it's smaller deals. We're not talking about $16 million warehouses and things like that. We're talking more of just like land or commercially zoned land, or potentially like not really strip malls, but smaller things. I'd like to get into huge warehouse and industrial stuff, but those types of buyers are like few and far between. Those are more types of like, I feel like huge institutions that are maybe buying those types of stuff, but that would be fun to do. Either way, I purchased this thing called CoStar. It's kind of like the MLS for commercial. It'll give me a whole bunch of data. So that's one of my goals. I was thinking about like at the end of 2024, what else I wanted to bring to this channel. I do plan on touring more commercial developments and things out in the area, whether it be for sale or coming soon, just other things to kind of bring more of the commercial aspect of the business, because my goal is to kind of do maybe like, I don't know, I'd like to do 5 to 10 transactions commercially over the next 1 to 2 years. With that, I haven't done a whole bunch of commercial. I'm doing a lot of residential, but I kind of want to get more into that space of things. So you will see more of that, commercial developments. It's so funny that you brought that up. Okay. Sorry, we keep pushing you. Haha, thank you, Daniel. Oh, no worries. It's all good. All right, I will see. That's about an hour, so that's where I'm going to call it. Time of death, 7:04 p.m. I'll see you guys on the next one.